Assalamualaikum students, and welcome back to Computer Science Tutorials. I'm your teacher Muhammad Niranjan. We will be starting chapter number 2 in this lecture. It's our lecture number 1 of week number 5. So, chapter number 2 is about the languages. We will be discussing low level languages and high level languages in detail. So, let's start with the introduction start with the contents of the chapter. Introduction to the computer programming. Then we will be discussing the computer program. After that, programming languages, types of programming languages, and at the end, low level languages. So, starting with the introduction to the programming languages. So, computer programming is the process of writing a computer program. Okay? Computer programming is the process of writing a computer program in computer languages to solve a particular problem. It means the process of writing computer program in programming languages to solve a particular problem is called computer programming. Computer program controls the operations of the computer. Okay. Every operation of the computer is controlled by the computer program, and it is developed in computer language to perform a task. Any task which is performed by a computer is controlled by a computer program, and the computer program is written in the computer language. Okay? Computer program is written in the computer language. It may be any kind of language. It's C, C++, Java, Haskell, COBOL. Okay? There are many languages in which computer programs are written. So, what is computer program? So a computer program is a set of instructions, set of commands, set of statements which we give to the computer, according to which computer perform a specific task and give us the result. So let's have a proper definition. A computer program is a set of instructions, statements written in a programming language to solve a particular problem and achieving a specific result. Any task performed by a computer is controlled by a set of instructions. I have already told you that any kind of task which is performed by a computer is controlled by a set of instructions, set of statements, or set of commands, you can say, that are executed by the microprocessor. Microprocessor execute each task of the computer, and the commands are given by the programmer to the microprocessor to perform any task by writing a computer program. So, a large variety of programming languages have been developed for writing computer programs. I have told you that there are many types of languages which are being used today for developing a computer programs and for giving the instructions to the computer to perform a specific task and to solve a particular problem. So, each statement of a computer program has syntax and semantics. Same as it is like in English language, we will be following some syntax, some rule. So we will be following the syntax and semantic in the computer language as well. Syntax means the rule of writing the statements of the program. The rule by which we will write the statements, the instructions of the computer program. So there is a specific syntax for the programming language, same as goes for the English language. Like when we are writing the sentence in English language, we will be following the syntax which is subject, verb, and object. So same goes for the computer language. So syntax refers to the rules of programming language according to which statements of a program are to be written. There is a rule It describes the way to write the correct statement in a program. Syntax means it describes the way to write the correct statements in a program. So, syntax of a programming language is similar to the grammar of a natural language. Like we follow the syntax in a natural language, which is subject, verb, and object. So, we will be following the syntax in a computer language as well. Example here, variable is equals to expression. So this is a simple example to write a variable with the expression. So variable means any variable. It may be single letter or it may be group of letters, which is word. So expression may be a plus b, a multiplied by b, a less than b, a greater than b, any kind of expression. Okay, it can be any kind of. So it is a syntax, it is a rule. So what is the rule? We will write the variable on the left side and we will write expression on the right side of the equal. It's equal sign. So this is the syntax of writing the statement. Semantic. Semantic means semantic gives the meanings to the statement of a programming language. Okay. First of all, we have used the syntax variable is equals to expression. So we can write it variable with the a. Okay. Yeah, we can write variable sum. Sum is equals to a plus b, or we can write uh, large. Okay, any kind of variable we can use. We can write divide. Okay, we can write anything in the variable. So variable can be x. X is equals to a static b. So it is also a statement. It describes the sequence of operations to be performed by a computer when executing the statements of a computer program. So each statement of a programming language which will produce the next statement. Okay, each statement will be followed by the next statement of a computer program, and all of the statements should be in the proper sequence. So for example, sum is equals to a plus b. I have already given you the example for the semantic. Okay, syntax means the rule and semantic means the meaning of that rule. So coming forward, a programming language is a language which is understood by a computer. Okay, programming languages. So a language which is understood by a computer is called programming language. It is designed to give instructions to computer to perform a specific task. So any language which is being designed. The purpose behind designing the language is to give the instructions to the computer to perform a specific task. It is used to write computer programs. Computer language is used to write computer programs. Okay, then we have classification of computer languages. So computer languages can be classified into two categories: low level language and high level languages. So we will be discussing low level languages in this lecture. Number one, low level languages. So low level languages is a machine oriented language. Machine oriented means low level language depends on the architecture of the computer. So low level language will be understood directly by the computer. So to understand low level language, detailed knowledge of internal working of computer is required, because low level language use special symbols, special codes. So we have to have the detailed knowledge of internal working of computer. That how does computer work inside. Okay. So low level language basically are difficult to understand and difficult to learn. Okay. So now we will be discussing the classification of low level language. So there are two types. The low level language is classified into two types, two categories, which are machine languages and assembly language. So machine language, a programming language that is directly understood by the computer hardware, is known as machine language. Okay, the name machine was given because it was the language which it is that directly understood by the computer hardware. So computer machine डायरेक्टली इसको अंडरस्टैंड करती है, इसलिए हम इसका नाम दिया है मशीन लैंग्वेज. तो मशीन लैंग्वेज इज मशीन ओरिएंटेड. ओके, मशीन ओरिएंटेड लैंग्वेज होती है बिकॉज इट डिपेंड ऑन द आर्किटेक्चर ऑफ द कंप्यूटर एंड आर्किटेक्चर ऑफ द कंप्यूटर डिफर्स फ्रॉम वन कंप्यूटर टू अनदर कंप्यूटर. So it consists of zeros and ones. So machine language consists of zeros and ones. There is no other mathematical symbol or mathematical word but zeros and one only. Okay, we will be using 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, only the combination of zeros and one will be used. There is no other letter or no other word in the machine language, only zeros and one. तो इसको बेटा जैसे हम लिखते हैं पासवर्ड कैपिटल ए, तो कैपिटल ए के, ठीक है, कैपिटल ए विल हैव द कोड 65, so it will be written like 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. So we will be discussing that how can you write the 65 in detail in the next chapter as well. So let's only discuss the low level language. Okay. After that, we have not easily understood by the humans. Low level languages will, machine languages will not be understood by the humans because they are difficult to understand. We cannot define the meaning of the combination of zeros and ones. Okay, so it will be difficult to understand for the human. Assembly language and high level languages are used for writing computer programs. So no programming is done in the machine language. Okay, practically no programming no programming is done by in the machine language. Okay, it will be very difficult to write a computer program in the machine language. So all the programming is done in the assembly language or high level languages. Okay, so machine language will not have any programming. So programming is done in the assembly language or high level language. So next topic is about assembly language. Assembly language consists of codes. Okay, it consists of codes or abbreviations known as mnemonics. Mnemonics बेटा ठीक है, mnemonics जो कहते हैं, इसके कोड्स होते हैं या इसके कुछ स्पेसिफिक सिंबल्स होते हैं जो हमने याद करने होते हैं, उनको कहते हैं mnemonics. It was developed to make computer programming easier than machine language. Okay, so the purpose behind making this language was to uh, make programming easier than the machine language. So a program written in machine assembly language must be converted into machine language. Any program, whether it is in high level language, whether it is in machine language, but whether it is in assembly language, must be converted into machine language because computer only understand the machine language. So any high level program, high level language program or any assembly language program will be converted into machine language, okay, for understanding by the computer. So a program known as assembler is used to convert the assembly language programs into machine language. Okay, the purpose of assembler is to convert the assembly language program into the machine language, so that the code, the instruction will be understood by the computer hardware. So characteristics of the assembly language: certain types of operations which are not possible in high level languages, and high level languages are usually programmed using assembly language. ठीक है, there are some operations which are not possible in high level language and which are difficult in high level language to be performed, so they can be written in the assembly language easily. Program written in assembly language will require less storage and less running time. Okay, because the assembly language is close to the computer hardware, Okay. These are the only mnemonics which have to be converted into the machine language. So in the high level language, we will be having the English oriented letters, English oriented words. So it will take more time to be to convert them into the machine language. So assembly language requires less storage and less memory to for execution. Assembly language are still the best choice in some applications, but their use is gradually decreasing. ठीक है assembly languages are the best choice for some of the application, but their use is decreasing day by day because of the interface. The interface for the assembly language is very difficult to understand. So now we are converting the interface into the high level languages like C, like Java, like Haskell. Okay, Haskell is a new language, ठीक है, which you will study in the BSc, okay, on in your BS programs. तो हैस्कल जो लैंग्वेज है बेटा वो आपकी ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड लैंग्वेज, यू कैन से ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड लैंग्वेज है. So we will be discussing what is object oriented language in the detail. So this was all for this lecture. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.